What's up, guys and gals? And continuing with the trend of kind of like our in-between action, I've decided today not really to edit a whole lot out. I made it back to base perfectly fine. There are a lot of Spinosauruses and things around. I am a little bit worried about the way the world is progressing because I still don't have any firearms or really anything useful to run off these bigger, badder critters. So unfortunately, I am still forced to deal with the fact that we got to find ourselves a few more raptors. In order to do that, I need more narcotics. I've seen a couple of raptors on the way in, some of them on our own island, actually. And so I think that if I can get enough narco berries and if I can get enough narcotics, we should be able to make some more narcotic arrows. I'm completely and totally out. I just want to train like 5 or 6 raptors. I think we're going to make a big raptor pack. And then, as I said, it's super edgy. It's super Generation X, whatever, jumping out of airplanes. It's the raptor pack. And after we make the raptor pack, I think things should be pretty good to go back out and hunt again. That last trip was so devastating that honestly I'm kind of afraid of the inner island right now. The inner island is where all the super hood dinosaurs hang out, and they are way too much for us. In the previous episode we were forced to definitely put some blood on the altar, and I think that it's going to slow the series down for a little while. I mean, if you look at the way that we need to recover from that, we lost everything in the previous episode. The entire Triforce wiped out by a T-Rex. Our Scorpion wiped out by a T-Rex. Amaranth wiped out by a T-Rex. I mean, if there's one thing I learned in the previous episode, it's that I may have had a little bit of hubris. I started thinking that I was a big bad boss hog on the block, ready to take out anything that looked at me the wrong way. And what I learned from that situation is, in fact, there are bigger and badder things than me out in the jungle still. And so I've been humbled a little bit, but I think we're going to recover from that humility by coming back and essentially just getting ourselves a whole bunch of tranks. We're going to come back with a better team the next time. We're going to practice. We're going to be stronger. We're going to have better weapons. We're going to level up a little bit more. And I think that it's going to lead to us. I sound like somebody at the end of a football game. I think that we got outplayed by the Clippers. And I think that, did I say football team or basketball? I don't know what sport I said. Damn it. I don't know what team to pick or if the team that I picked was even relevant because I can't remember what sport I said. You know what? I'm going to say baseball. Let's just say that it's baseball. We came out and we played the Braves. They played a strong game, and unfortunately, I think we're going to have to come back next time, definitely redouble our efforts, maybe get some batting practice in, make sure that we're just making contact, playing small ball, because honestly, small ball is where it's at, and I think that's where we lost it today. We didn't lose it on small ball. We lost it on small claws, unfortunately. Our dinosaur's tired from munching and crunching, but we need more narco berries. I don't know. People said they didn't want me to edit stuff, so I'm going out on a limb right now. I'm not editing things. If I get like a giant backlash where they're like, oh my god, you're so boring, I can't stand your content, then I'll go back to just editing things out and getting back to what we were doing. But I feel like every single time I edit, something interesting happens, and then it doesn't go into the episode because the camera wasn't on, and it's super disappointing. I guess what I could do is I could just leave the camera running, and then I could just edit and pick and choose, but I don't know. Alright, so how many narco berries do we have on us right now? We have 47 narco berries. That's enough for 9 more. And actually what I should be doing right now is I need to go through and we need rotted meat for some reason in order to make the narco berries. I don't know what component that contributes to the overall concoction, but unless we have rotted meat, we can't make the arrows either. So unfortunately, I'll probably have to go and... Let me go back to base real fast. We'll see what Lil Nasty has on him. Smash and Crash are up here. I think that with Smash and Crash, they both have a full inventory with just like loads and loads and loads of meat in it. Yeah, you've only got 3 for right now. So let me go back. Oh yeah, I picked up a dodo egg. I don't know if I mentioned that. Let me get everybody to follow me real fast so I can drag everybody else back to camp. Because Lil Nasty's a little bit far behind and I feel bad about it. Alright, so in this inventory, we've got a stack of... These actually look like they're about to go bad a lot sooner than the other, and so what we need to do is we need to split these into individual stacks so that they rot quicker. It's kind of like one of those weird mechanics that I can't decide if I hate it or if I love it, where like splitting the meats for some reason like arbitrarily makes it rot faster. Actually, that still seems like it's going to take a while, but we need a new supply of rotted meat, and until we have it, I think we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Alright, so we've got that. That should be... Oh my god, I scared myself right there. I thought the Parasaur was coming after me. Like, Parasaur, why are you so T-Rex-like today? We need to access Lil Nasty's inventory. We'll give Lil Nasty a bit more HP because I think that's where we lost the rest of the team. With Crash over here, she's looking mighty fine as usual. Crash will go ahead and give her a little bit more health. She's already halfway to her next level. That leaves us with Smash. And so I'm going to put everybody on non-follow mode right now. Jump up on the Parasaur real fast. Oh, Pulmonoscorpius came back. Unfortunately, I don't really need you right now. Oh, this Parasaur is so slow. This Parasaur is, like, ridiculously slow. There you go. Turn yourself around. I do wish there was a better way to turn around dinosaurs, too. Like, they seem to get stuck in corners and things quite a bit. We still need a lot of rotted meat, and so while we wait for that to come up, I'm going to go ahead and farm this out by myself while we wait for the rotted meat. I think I gave you a pretty good idea what we're working on this episode. I'll see y'all in just a minute. Well, that took a considerable amount of time, but we are back right now. I made 18 narcotics, so we got a bunch of those laying around. So if we needed to make narcotic arrows, we can absolutely do that. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, I think it might be a better idea for us to go ahead and throw a saddle on a Pulmonoscorpius. We actually leveled up while I was doing all this. We did a lot of stimulants, and so it's a pretty good way to level up. We can get the Pulmonoscorpius saddle down here if we wanted to, and so I think I'll probably make one of those. It won't leave us enough points left for any of the real picks or hatchets or anything. It's disappointing, but I think without the smithy... Oh, do we have to have that? It can only be made at the smithy, so we kind of have to go in order here. We hit level 25 along the way, which is actually a really, really important benchmark because that means we're moving into like the mid-game now where we can actually get some better stuff. I think we can get a pistol at level 30, which is super awesome. I'm going to try and grind that out tonight. I think at level 30 or 35 we can make a Carnotaur saddle. We're really moving through the game right now, and I really am stoked that we get to play this a lot because I've had so many series lately that only had like 10 episodes, and I wanted to have a survival game that we play for a while. We can make a pike. Let's just go with the prerequisites first. So we could get a trike saddle too. That'd be pretty cool. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. We'll go for that right there. And then we have 6 points remaining. That means we could probably pick up something from earlier on in the game. Something like, oh, I don't know. The point spreads on these is pretty... We could do standing torch, or we could do flag. We could do flare gun or spyglass. Do paintbrush as well, which is kind of cool. Let's do paintbrush because that seems like it'll be a lot of fun. We'll take the paintbrush and we'll take sleeping bag because why not? I don't know. I feel like having 0 points right now, and so that's what we're going to do. If we can make the Pulmonoscorpius saddle, my thinking here is that it negates the need for all of the narcotics that I'm making because it allows us to make a saddle for the scorpion, which can then sting our enemies. Seems like a decent plan to me, and so we need some more hides in order for this to work. We put away that real fast. I don't know if we have the hides that we need in order to make this all function properly. I thought I had a bunch of hides laying around somewhere, but I could be wrong. We may need to go out on just kind of like a limited hunt for right now. Nothing in there. Nothing in there. Alright, well, what do you guys have for me? I know somebody around here has to have something that I want. So you've got a hide, not exactly what I needed. I need a couple of them. You're hitting me with your tail, which feels very, very... It feels like you're putting me down right now. When you hit somebody with your tail, it definitely feels like an insult. I know one thing about my cats. It's that when they sit down and start hitting each other in the face with their tails, it means they're trying to pick a fight. And so we've got 130 right there. I think it said we needed 160, though. I think it took a lot. It took 170. So let's take out one of the raptors, I guess. And we'll start looking for some things that we can kill off. That works out perfectly fine anyways because we needed the raptors in order to level up properly. So let me take Lil Nasty right here. We'll enable following. We'll also go on this one. Enable following. Jump up on here. And we should be able to track down some of the things that we want along the way if we end up seeing ourselves a raptor or two. Maybe we'll train those as well. Probably won't throw a saddle on them. But for right now, we need a bunch more meat and we need a bunch more stuff in order to make this work. I don't know if I should bring Lil Nasty along. Lil Nasty's the kind of dinosaur that you always find yourself waiting on because he takes so long to get around. So unfortunately, I always regret it when I bring him because it slows down the pace of the rest of the expedition. Still, you got to bring the little guy along. He's kind of like a mascot. Actually, I've had some chests over here too that I think had stuff inside of them. Some wood and a thatch foundation. Just in case you wanted a bunch of thatch foundations. Why do I have so many thatch foundations? My God. And we had a couple. I have a lot of thatch foundations. My God. Why did I need that many of them? Well, that'll be useful for building our little paddock for all of our other dinosaurs. Like our own little dinosaur kind of like living quarters, I guess. That gives us more than enough. I'll probably make like a... It's going to have to be huge in order to have like brontosauruses and some other things. So I'm figuring we'll probably need at least like 30 or 40 foundations in order to make it work. It's going to have to be enormous. I'll probably make it like a 12 by 12 seems... Why is my other dinosaur not coming? Did I jump on the wrong dinosaur? I did. I jumped on Crash Nasty instead of Smash Nasty. Let's swing it back around. The Nasty crew over here. Alright, so we got Smash right there. We're dehydrated, but on the plus side, it looks like Smash went ahead. Is this Smash or Crash? Okay, so I'm on Smash right now. Looks like Smash. We put that fool on Smash because he looked at us wrong. But anyways, it looks like we're dehydrated. Smash is going to hold it down for a minute. So let's go ahead and get everybody aggroed on these little things right here so that they can level up. I haven't gone after any sea creatures lately, and that hasn't been because of any particular reason, aside from the fact that I don't know how you would start to wrangle a sea creature. Seems like it would be risky. Maybe we should cross the water right now. Do we have any sharky business taking place? Are you following right now? I feel like you're not following. And why are you not following? Because I'm stuck. There we go. I was in some weird third-person thing. It was odd. I hit the K key on accident. And the third person in this game, it's got like a vanity cam mode. Wait, so who leveled up? Is it you? It looks like... Wait, did you level up twice? What happened here? More HP! Crash Nasty becoming stronger by the hour. Alright, so down into the water we go. Hopefully with full stamina. Nope, there's a Megalodon right there. Out of the water. Fish out of water. Everybody out of the water right now. There's a Megalodon. There's an enormous shark out there that wants to eat us. There's Spinosauruses that way that want to eat us. And so I'm actually a little bit terrified. We don't have a whole lot of places we can go. Even inside of our own borders right now, there's not a whole lot that we can plan or do. I can't wait till we get guns, though. I want guns really, really badly. Although, from what I heard, guns are more for fighting other players than they are for fighting dinosaurs. We got a we got a mate boosted dodo right here. I almost said a mate doosted, but doosted is not a word. That is not a verb that has ever been said in the history of ever. Smash Nasty. Where's Lil Nasty at? You know what, Lil Nasty? I'm gonna leave you here for right now. I am going to disable your following for right now, and I'm just gonna bring the raptors along because. Yeah, I mean, feel free to murder and destroy anything that you want over here. I'm not going to be judgmental if you decide to, like, kill and get blood on those talons. But I'm going to leave you back this way for just a second because it's just really, really hampering my mobility, my ability to get around while we run, my ability to mob. And so, you know, my mobility. I don't think... We got a turtle over here. You're an acceptable victim to me. Let's go ahead and get down in here. A little bit of torpor coming through, but unfortunately, I don't really mind that much because I got a bunch of stim berries. We can just throw those onto our dinos when we need to. Are you actually harvesting this right now, or is this not happening? Alright, so melee speed's a little bit low, but that's alright. We need to kill things along the way, otherwise these dinosaurs are all basically greenhorns. They don't have green horns, and they aren't green to begin with, but you know what I mean. They're a little bit wet behind the ears, which also doesn't work, because dinosaurs don't have ears that, like, protrude, and so you can't be behind, like, a hole. Well, I guess you can situationally and positionally be behind a hole. It's kind of like one of those weird conversations. One of those weird conversations. If we go off this way, I think there's still a bunch of, like, mark-ass dinosaurs that we can take out that allow us to get a little bit more meat. I do think that we need it, and so there's raptors off that way, I know for a fact. Let me make a few more trank arrows before we get any further into this. That should be enough right there. And then we're going to fight with a few more of these herbivores over here. Take them out real quick so that we can have a nice meat supply, so that we can train up another dino, maybe in between episodes. I don't know. We also need the hides so that we can make the Palminose Scorpius saddle. Once we have that, we will no longer need the trank arrows. Oh, sneak attack! You have no idea what just happened, Dilophodon. You have no idea what just occurred. But you just got took the hell out. That's what happened. Carbonemus, let's get up in here. I feel like I am just like permanently out of stamina on my dinosaurs. Get a little bit more right there. I think our dino is probably about to black out, so let me jump up into her inventory. We'll take the stim berries. Use a bunch of those to get the torpor down. If you look up at the top right hand corner of the screen, you'll see stars. That's because I'm forcing my dinosaur to act even though she's tired, and so the torpor goes up. You there, sir or madame. More HP for you. Until we have like 700 HP, I'm not stopping. You guys attack fast enough to where I think we can stun lock just about everything, and so I don't think there's any reason for us to pump anything other than our stamina. We got another turtle over here, and turtles have victim written on their forehead, so let's run them down real fast while keeping an eye out for raptors or anything else that could cause us considerable pain and or problems. Those two peas that I really don't like. I don't like any type of pea to happen, in all frankness. Peas are the nastiest type of vegetable. Snow peas, regular peas, all peas. Those peas that they have at Japanese restaurants that you crack out of the... I don't like them. Oh, time to drop a duke. You can actually press the Z key if you wanted to, if their metabolism's working properly. There's a whole bunch of victims over there. For right now, let's consider... much meat do we have on this dino? 4. We did use up a lot of meat just a second ago in order to properly secure the remainder of our trank arrows. So unfortunately, we may have to live with the fact that we're out of things. But what is that right there? Not too worried about a pterodon for right now. Looks like we got a stego over here. Stamina's a little bit low on this dino too. I find myself frequently having to walk slowly because unfortunately I can't keep us sped up. What's up with you right now? What do you have going on? How much meat do you have in your inventory? 11? Oh, you're good to go. Never mind then. Switch dinosaurs for a second because we're capable of it. There's no reason for me to do that. Ooh, Phiomias make good marks too. Oh, we got a raptor over here. Let's fall back for a second. Is it on us? Okay, it's not on us. Let's go ahead and we'll leave the raptors back here for right now. Get the bow out. And this raptor over here is going to be the 3rd member of our party. These hunt sessions can be very, very nerve-wracking. Especially given the fact that I don't have the supplies that I need to make this happen. I'm just figuring since there's so many Phiomias around, we'll hunt those. Once we kill a couple Phiomias, we should have enough meat to do just about anything that we want to do. Yeah, I see you. There we go. She bites the dust real quick. Pterodon over there looking okay. On this side, we have narcotics, but we don't have anything to train her with. I'm hoping my raptors haven't been bothered because the battle music has not gone off just yet. And so we'll leave her back there. Now's the time that I need you two to pony on up to the bar here. We're going to take out a couple of these Phiomias. Once the Phiomias are dead, we shouldn't have too many problems. There we go. Phiomia's down. Grab a little bit of meat off of here to start the training process. Unfortunately, we didn't get very much. Stamina's staying real low on her. I'm thinking that we might want to take the female raptor, and we want to kind of like isolate, make sure that, you know. Well, anyways, I got sidetracked. I was looking behind that rock for just a minute. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that her stamina is suitable enough to where she's not constantly getting left behind. Got a raptor on that side. We got a parasaur over here. Ooh, the parasaur. I thought the parasaur was stuck. Unfortunately, not stuck. Can't really do much about that, can I? Grab a little bit of meat off of here. I don't think this should be one that we have to babysit right now. I think we should be able to make this happen without too many problems. Got 18 meats right here. Let's go ahead and start off with those. Where's that raptor at? We got a new member of the family right here. And so this is a female raptor. Okay, so we got one male and a couple of females now. Good for him. We'll take that right there. We'll throw that on you. Looking pretty tranquil right now, so I don't think I need to mess with you too much. I do have narcotics, so if we have to use those, we have to use them. But for right now, this training should go really, really fast. We'll leave her where she's at because I needed to go and continue hunting. If we see any other raptors around, I got more than enough narcotics to make this happen. So, 18 meats right there. Let's go ahead and look for a few more prey animals. A stegosaurus is not a prey animal. That's an animal that can totally hold its own. And in fact, it's one of the few animals that I don't worry about them. But it's one of the few animals that can accidentally kill your characters by stun locking them or, you know, it's like focusing on them too much. Let's continue to hunt out here. If we can get a little bit more meat, it'll make my life easier as we train. I don't want to go inland too far, just because there are nastier things on our island as of right now that you kind of want to keep your goggles on. We got another... Looks like I'm actually hungry right now. Maybe I should take care of that. Let's throw some Tinto berries over here. I'll just mash those out real fast with our zero key. That should keep our hydration nice and high. It looks like she's just like flapping on her boob real fast. She's like, yep, slap that left boob over and over and over again. Left boob, you have been super naughty today, and I'm just going to slap the hell out of you. Let's go ahead and get this Carbonemus. Yep, turtle all you like, but it's not going to save you from the wrath of my raptors. And then we'll go ahead and get as much meat off of this as we can. It's only 7. I was hoping we get a little bit more. We got a Dilo over here. I want to make sure that it doesn't aggro onto our sleeping friend. Oh, we got another raptor right there. It's fighting with a stegosaur, which I don't know who's going to win right there. I couldn't actually... Yeah, great time to take a poop. Fantastic. I don't know who's going to win right there, but let me deposit my raptors on this end of the beach. And if we could train up another one, 4 raptors I think should be enough to really handle any threat that comes after us. I do think that the stegosaur will probably kill it. I see almost no chance that that thing's going to be able to handle a stegosaur all by its lonesome. Yeah, I think the stegosaur got him. Can't be helped. Can't be helped. The stegosaur is actually one of the major combatants in the game as far as defensive strategies go. That stun lock thing they do with their tail is really, really, really powerful, so I'd watch out for them personally. It can definitely put a big hitch in your day. That's how I've lost a couple of characters now. They accidentally aggro one of those guys. I like his green coloration too. Makes me happy. We haven't seen any Ankylosauruses yet. Wish that we had, but we haven't seen them around. I'm going to do a little bit of arithmetic in my head and see how much that adds to the torpor right there. If it goes up over 200, it looks like it does about 50. Not enough, but it's some. And then if you feed them both of that, oh yeah, that killed the taming effectiveness quick, didn't it? So we kind of want to stay away from narcotics. It looks like narco berries, they want us to babysit and make sure that, like, we don't overdo it right there. It's okay, though. Let me jump up on the back right here. Did I leave my other raptor behind it? I forgot to issue a follow order. I did. Let's go ahead and get all of you moving in the same direction for right now because there are still hunts to be had out here. Frankly, I don't really care about the training effectiveness. I would like to keep it high. I mean, it would be cool to keep it high. We got a Carnotaur over here. Don't really want a Carnotaur yet. We do have a blue beacon over there, though, that we could take a look at. The blue beacon's going to allow us to get level 25 items, which means that we could gear up off of smaller set of T-Rex off there in the distance. I prefer not to lose any members of my tiny little team for right now. I'm going to swing off to the left real quickly, like. Oh, it actually looks like we got a Spinosaur in there and a T-Rex acting in tandem to wipe out whatever that is. So we've got a Bronto that's been taken out. It looks like they're actually sharing, because sharing is caring, and in their case, since they're hunting, I suppose sharing is snaring as well. I would like to kill this thing before it hits the water because it puts us at a disadvantage if it hits the water. Unfortunate. Let's hang back. It looks like there's another T-Rex up there in the water too. You get that piranha? Okay. See what I can get off this thing. Out of stamina for a second. Let's get back to shore. Another mega piranha down. Should supply us with a little bit more meat. There it is. Steak. Where's the steak? Everybody loves the meat. It's the only reason that we eat anything beforehand. Alright, so we got, I guess unless you're a vegetarian, I suppose it doesn't count any longer, but I love meat. I had sirloins last night. It was pretty awesome. My girlfriend's dad sent us one of those big boxes of, like, Omaha steaks or whatever we've been eating. It's a huge box. Like, seriously, they delivered this thing, and it looked like it had to be delivered in a truck bed. Couldn't fit it all in the freezer, so we got to eat it as rapidly as possible. I'm not complaining, but, you know, there's a lot of stuff in there that we need to eat and cook. Let's head back over to this beach over here. Oh, we got a Carnotaur on us. I think we should be able to outrun him onto this Stego over here, so don't worry about it. That's the nice thing about having speedy party members is you no longer have to worry about it. There you go, Stego. You want to make a new friend? You want to kill a Carnotaur for me so that I don't have to? He may leave us alone. The Carnotaurs are not actually that fast. I love the way they run with their heads to the ground, though. It's so threatening. The way they kind of just, like, shovel towards the ground. The head goes down, and they go into kind of like attack mode or whatever. Reminds me of Gundams or, like, giant robots or something. I don't know why it reminds me of that, but it's like they have, like, a separate attack mode that they jump into. 46% over here. Still chowing down. I will more than likely probably break the episode off right here, and we'll come back with our new female raptor. I wish we could get 1 or 2 more of them so that I wouldn't have to waste my time in between episodes, you know, constantly doing a break every time we have to tame something. But I'll see y'all there. Hi, do everybody.